What's up, guys? Matchstick Gamer here. Before we get into the video, make sure you subscribe to me if you haven't already. Greatly appreciate it. Thanks. And now on to the video. What's up, guys? Matchstick Gamer here. Just want to talk about a interview that's recently come out from Kira Toriyama and Tori Otaro, which is the guy writing the manga. If you don't know, essentially there's this interview where you're talking about Dragon Ball Super and essentially where the series is going in both the anime and the manga, and two things were essentially asked to both Toriyama and Toriotaro. Two things that the community seems to be very, very confused about, or uninformed, or misinforming people in some cases. So that said, I'm going to try to clear up some speculation and make things a little bit more abundantly clear. So that said, let's get on to the topic. So the first thing being, there's a thing going around the community called Super Saiyan White, or SSJ White. Let's get something out of the way. There is no SSJ White or Super Saiyan White. This is from the interview where essentially Toriyama was asked, more or less, why he picked blue to be the Super Saiyan blue color. In his own words, more or less, he essentially said he was going to make it white, but then decided that it would conflict or not contrast very well with a future protagonist that will appear later in Super. Now, he couldn't be talking about Golden Frieza because white wouldn't affect Golden very much, as far as I'm concerned, in my opinion. So, essentially, I think he's talking about a villain that's going to appear sometime after the Universal God Tournament thing that they got going on right now, in both the anime and in the manga. So, essentially, all that is Super Saiyan Blue was going to be white, but then Toriyama decided to make it blue because it would work better. So, clearing out that speculation, there we go. No Super Saiyan White, it's not a real thing. Feel free to draw fan art of it if you want, but it's not a real thing. That's not to say that Toriyama might not change his mind later and do it, but Toriyama has said that this is the final transformation for a Saiyan, okay? So, if Toriyama does, he'll be going against his word, but it won't be the first time he's done it. But at the same time, I would like to think that Toriyama is going to try to be a tad more consistent here, being as we don't know how long he's going to keep Super going, but Toriyama is an old man. He's 61 as of this year, April 5th of 2016, as I am currently saying this, recording this, wherever. Anyways, so I would like to think, being as he's older, he's going to try to be as consistent as possible with his writing. I know in the past he, in interviews, said that he would often realize he's wrote himself into a corner and has to write himself out of it. So let's hope he's a bit more cautious now that he's become a bit older and a bit wiser. So now on to the second thing that people seem to be confused with in this community, and that is the return of Future Trunks. Okay, so essentially what's going down is, in this interview, there was a line or a sentence or something that was kind of left ambiguous, to the point to where it could be interpreted as a few different things, and a lot of people seem to interpret it as the potential of Future Trunks returning. Now, let's back up a little bit here. So the last time we seen Future Trunks was obviously during the Cell Saga. You could argue, yeah, there's this material, that material, whatever. We're just focusing in the manga only. So, as we know, Future Trunks came back originally to warn Goku, hey, I'm from the future, these two androids attack, you need to get stronger, get prepared, and by the way, take this freaking medicine so you won't freaking drop dead from a heart virus like you did in my time. Okay, so Trunks' mission was successful, everything worked out in the end. Of course, Goku still ended up dying, but later he was brought back in the Buu Saga, but ignoring that. Anyways, Goku and everybody was successful in their mission along with Future Trunks. Future Trunks goes back to his time, successfully saves his time, everything's hunky-dory, all good. Alright, so excellent. Future Trunks' job is over. Toriyama didn't bring him back in for anything else. So, why bring him back now, you may say? It's like, okay, so there's a reason why Future Trunks came back to begin with, and it's because in his time, everything up to that point in both timelines was even. You know, like Goku did everything he did in the past in Trunks' timeline. The only thing that's difference between the two is the androids killing off everybody and Goku dropping dead from a heart virus. And then there's the timeline, of course, that we are seeing in the series right now where everybody's alive and everything's okay. It just splits right there. So, essentially, future Trunks would have to have a reason to come back, in my opinion, and I don't think there'd be anything going on in his time that would essentially be going on in their time since everything has split. Now, I mean, maybe Beerus exists in his time. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure he does. It's just, I don't think Beerus gives enough of a crap to come to Earth to screw with future Trunks, and the point in which it takes place, Beerus would have already long have come there and searched for the Super Saiyan God if he would have been looking for the Super Saiyan God, because of how far in the future Trunks' timeline takes place. So, if it is something involving Beerus in that timeline, then Beerus is really, really late with coming there to look for a Super Saiyan God of any level. And unfortunately for him, there's only Trunks there, and since Trunks is the only Saiyan, unless he found a way to bring everybody back, but we don't know. He's currently the only Saiyan that exists there, therefore he cannot go Super Saiyan God. Alright. Maybe another possibility is he comes back just to say hi to everybody. I mean, I don't see why he wouldn't. Maybe he comes back to say, hey guys, everything's fine in the future now, everything's rebuilt, looks great again, just thought I'll come back, let y'all know the progress. So I guess he could do that. And then maybe something happens and he could just happens to get involved with it because, you know, since Trunks is such a nice guy, he's obviously going to want to help protect the Earth. I also think it would be interesting to see Kid Trunks meet his future self and them have some sort of conversation about how different they are. Maybe even Trunks talk about, like, boy, I hope I never grow up to be like him because he's, like, so serious or something. Because since Trunks comes from a darker time, obviously he's going to be a lot more serious compared to his younger counterpart in this timeline where everything while it's been bad, he's not, like, it's not such a desolate future. So, there's that. Anyways, so essentially, I'm getting off topic here, but, or I was technically on topic, but, essentially, the interview, more or less, with some ambiguous words, made it sound like that Trunks may return somehow in some shape or form. Future Trunks, specifically. Not Kid Trunks, but Future Trunks. So, Future Trunks, may return, and I'm going to link down below to a, video done by Geekdom 101, where he talks to an individual by the name of Herms, who translated this interview into English so we could all read it, and in his own words, Herms says that he believes that they are talking about future Trunks. Herms speaks fluent Japanese, apparently, and translates it. I'm not questioning his ability to, I'm just saying apparently because I don't know the dude, but, I mean, based on everything he's posted over in Kaizenshu and his track record with previous Toriyama interviews, I don't see why he would screw up now, potentially. And if he did, I'm sure he would have released some sort of statement by now saying that, oh, I got this wrong. But bear in mind, in the interview, nowhere does Toriyama explicitly say future Trunks will return or Trunksu from the future will return, whatever you want to say. He doesn't explicitly say verbatim Trunks will return from the future. So, is it possible? Yes, but again, Herms himself, the guy that translated the interview, said based on what he can gather from how he's interpreting it and reading it, it sounds like Trunks will return. But essentially, it's a wait and see game. So for right now, don't take it as explicit fact because, again, Toriyama did not say future Trunks will return. It was not explicitly said he will return. So I'm hoping that this video will clear up that misinformation. Again, go and check out that interview that Geekdom does with Herms to have a better understanding, because obviously I can't get Herms to come on to my show because, well, Herms is a busy guy and I don't feel like bugging him anyways, and even then I don't know if he would appear on my show. I mean, I'm not exactly a big DBZ YouTuber, I'm a small-time DBZ YouTuber. I'm not even sure if I have the right to call myself a YouTuber. But we'll leave that up for debate. Anyways, I guess I'll end it off here. This is actually getting on to where it's about review length. So, I want to thank y'all for watching. Make sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe. Check out the official Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch pages. I'll link down below, per usual, in the description. Again, check out Geekdom's video that I'll link down below where he talks with Herms about this stuff we discussed in this video here. So, yeah, I guess that covers everything. Check out the next video that will be coming up tomorrow, of where I will talk about, let's leave it ambiguous right now. I want y'all to come back. I may have mentioned it in my last video. I don't remember, but we'll leave it ambiguous, and you'll see what I'm talking about whenever I do it. So just keep an eye out for that video, and I hope you enjoyed this one. So yeah, peace out, bye, everybody. Dragon Ball Z/Kai, Dragon Ball GT, and Dragon Ball Super are all owned by Fuji TV, Toei Animation, Funimation, and Akira Toriyama. I do not claim to own any of these. The video and any images that appear were used under fair use.